I was having a mythically bad day a couple of days ago. It was such a good bad day that I decided I really needed to pay attention to what was going on inside me. And indeed, it was vigorous. I learned a long time ago that I needed to pay attention to a bad day because there was often a message in there about how I was thinking, how I was acting, how I was creating myself. And the part of me that was having a bad day was having a bad day in the midst of the soul that I am going and saying to itself, to life, to me, wow, you're having a really bad day. Wow, what a really bad day you're having. It still didn't overpower the noisy part of me that just talked and talked and talked about having things be different than the way I wanted them to be. And in the midst of the grocery store in the chip aisle, I started saying these really odd things to myself, and I thought, wow, that's really interesting. I used the phrase, he gave up the ghost in the chip aisle. And then the next one was, are you ready to meet your maker? And because I was really paying attention on a soul level, I thought, okay, yeah, I want to meet this maker that's making up this day for me because I'm getting tired of it. You ever get tired of the days you're having that aren't quite going the way you want them to? Well, in the interest of our collective learning, I thought I would introduce you to my maker and how it works and see how that might bring some change for me and for all of us. Oh, yeah, oh, I'm the listener. My job is to listen, and I just listen. I listen. Sometimes I say, "Oh, really? Huh?" I'm listening to the maker. The maker has a lot of power. I listen all the time, and I just listen. Yeah, yeah, I listen. Oh, the maker the maker has something to say. Hold on. I'm the maker. I learned a long time ago that I make up stories about the way I want things to be. It's my job. I'm really good at it. And I talk all the time. Now, Dave sometimes doesn't listen. He does a lot of other stuff that's louder than me. But boy, when he's scared, oh, I can really have my day. I can make up a lot of stuff, and I can tell him stories about the way things ought to be, should be, could be. And wow, I really feel fulfilled doing that because I'm doing my job. I learned it a long time ago. I learned it when he was really little. I learned it when he was learning to get along, home, especially in school, because, well, we had to make up a lot of things to get by in school, too. Did you? I'm speaking to your maker. Hello, makers out there. Well, I got to get back to talking now because if I'm not talking all the time, Dave, are you listening? Oh, he's not listening to me. He's listening to the bigger song, the bigger story. I've got to improve. I think it's time for each of us to meet our makers, to meet that part of us that makes stuff up. I have a part like that. It's not the bigger part of me. It's not the soul part of me, but it's included. And I know that that part of me that makes stuff up, that runs scared sometimes, the most important thing I can give that, the best curative I've found, begins with awareness. Just when I'm aware of that part of me that's running scared, I'm having a bad day, I'm running scared, I notice that. That starts something. And it may take a couple of hours for me to get to the other side of it, because that part can be pretty loud. But when I notice and I listen to the larger awareness, the larger song of my life and the life around me, that noisy part quiets down. Maybe not completely, but it'll quiet down enough where the kindness of just noticing brings some peace to the noise. Do you know what it's like when, remember this? What it's like when somebody just really pays attention to you. How kind that feels inside. Well, imagine if we applied that same kindness to those noisy parts of ourselves and how they might be eased, how they might soften and create more strength, more alertness, more power to go forth in the world in ways that we need now more than ever. That's what it's time for.